hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainment? So today I'm coming to you guys with another video. We're coming to you guys with the Hollywood hot topics. Before I get started, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you guys think about this video. Okay, first thing I wanted to get into, guys, is Cardi B. All right, so two things. First thing is her thinking that she should be given her flowers for being an influence in fashion. Cap. Big cap. Delusions of grandeur. Okay, so first, what happened was there was a YouTuber, right, who reacted to a video, a live of her talking about how she should be giving her flowers more when it comes to her influence in fashion and just in beauty and stuff in general, right? So this is what the YouTuber had to say, and this is D, right? I used to watch her, okay, like a lot. I used to watch her when she was with Brandon, okay. Remember when they broke up and he quit? He became an emo rapper. So like that was like my girl. I was like, yay! I used to watch her reactions like all the time. Now I don't have the time to be watching that no more. But that was like my thing when I was a lot younger.
See where you have made this great influence in female rap. I just don't see it. And you talking about your fashions, you really lost me there. I've never heard anyone say, I'm trying to go for the Cardi B look, or, oh, Cardi is a fashion icon. I've never heard that. I feel like she's reaching a bit here. I don't see where you have made this great influence in female rap. I just don't see it.
Okay. And then Cardi B said, on these B's mood boards for sure, don't play with it. Okay.
I still sometimes feel like the underdog, and you can't, I know that I'm pretty successful, but every other day I do feel like the underdog, because every other day people still try to deny my greatness, which, you know what I'm saying, people try to deny my influence, people try to deny the doors that I open, but I don't give a fuck what they try and deny, because at the end of the day, my influence is on these bitches. You know what I'm saying? My influence is on these bitches' videos, on these bitches' fashions, on these.
Okay. Here's what I think, and we're gonna start off with this. I like Cardi B. Cardi B, I like her a lot. Okay, I think she has a great personality, more than some of other female rappers, and that's why a lot of people like her. I feel like she's relatable. I feel like she's the type of person, if you meet in person, she'll actually be nice, versus other celebrities, if you meet them in person, they're rude as, right? But when it comes to influence, I don't agree, and especially when it comes to fashion. I can't think of a Cardi B look on top of my head that has influenced a lot of girls to start doing. I'm sorry. Not one. Okay? And I think a lot of these like newer rap girls, they come in and they put in a little work and they think like, oh, I need to be given this and that. No, it doesn't work like that. And it doesn't work like that in any field. And I hate when people try to make it like a rap thing. They're like, oh, female rap, it's always this. It's because they're female rappers. I do agree with some parts of it where female rappers are critiqued a lot worse than male rappers, but I feel like a lot of female rappers, they're more entitled than male rappers. They come in the game, they've been in the game for like a couple years, they automatically deserve a Nicki feature. Okay, they want to hop on everybody track because they just been in there for this little bit and they just think that it should be just handed to them. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, and y'all, the YouTuber, you guys, she reacted to the whole situation on her YouTube channel. D, and I ain't gonna lie, D, okay, D is pretty and all, but it's like, if I'm gonna do not a clapback, but like a response to a celebrity girl, she could at least put some makeup on. I'm like, D, D look like she just got out of bed. She like, let me just make this video real quick. Don't get it twisted though. D is almost at 1 million subscribers. I believe she's at like 700 and something subscribers. So I know a girl is making some cute coin, because me being a paid YouTuber, I know how that works. So like I know the money rolling in. So I don't even think she even cares about this, to be honest. The problem that I have with Cardi B too, for her to say, please start the threads, that annoys me, because that shows me that you care a lot about what other people have to say about you. And Cardi has always been that type of person. And I think that's her biggest downfall. I have, an ability to kind of do that as well too. Somebody commented something yesterday that made me so mad. I ain't gonna say it because it involves another creator, but it made me so mad. Basically, they compared me to another creator, and it pissed me off because it's like me and that other creator, we do not cover the same thing like at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't do the same stuff. He doesn't do imitations. You get what I'm saying? I don't play sound effects. Like, that's what got on my nerves, and it like ticked me off. So I'm learning to not let like what people criticize you on kind of get to you, but that really gets to me because y'all know how I work on trying to be unique. I try to be different. I don't try to be like anyone else. So it really bothered me. So she reacted to it. She was basically like, oh, she could care less at the end of the day. People on Twitter were lighting her up because Cardi B did say, please start the threads, right? So it kind of made her like not annoyed, but she was just like, she rolled her eyes at the whole situation. She said when she, skimmed through past that post, she kind of laughed at it, but she doesn't really care about what Cardi B has to say because at the end of the day, it's just her opinion, which is true. To me, some of the rap girls that have given us some good fashion influence and just made influence in general is, of course, Nicki Minaj. I could name 1,000 Nicki Minaj looks right now off the top of my head. She even had her own RuPaul's Drag Race category. Category is 1,000 Nights of Nicki Minaj. She was on RuPaul's Drag Race. So at the end of the day, you don't really have influence because a lot of people cannot name, a whole lot of looks that you've like done that have, kind of impacted other people to, start trending off of certain looks that you've done. When it comes to rap, to me, Cardi B's lazy. You put out one album, girl. It's one album. Like, I'm sorry. And I'm telling y'all, I like Cardi though, but like, it's one album. And it's been how many years? I know she had the children and all of that, but it's been how many years? That's a long time. And you have one album. And you're claiming all of a sudden you have all this influence over what? Because what bothers me, and I'm not a barb either, so y'all don't even go, oh, you're bad. What bothers me, I feel like a lot of people like Cardi because they don't like Nicki. Let's talk about it. They don't like Nicki Minaj, so they automatically love Cardi B. Because they think Nicki Minaj is stank, which she can be, and she got, she thinks she's above. So they automatically love Cardi B. When they don't really know like things that she's done that might, rub them the wrong way, or things that she said that might rub them the wrong way. Okay? But Cardi B though does need to stop letting people get to her because she's done her big one. No other celebrity has gone off of Love and Hip Hop and has made it freaking mainstream. That's never been done before, like ever. Okay, Olivia tried to do it, even though Olivia was mainstream before she got on Love and Hip Hop, but she got on Love and Hip Hop and became unmainstream. You know what I'm saying? And with the December, I remember, yeah, who am I to judge? You and my hand in hand in heart. That was my song. I still have it on my Spotify. Right? So like she tried to do it. A lot of girls really tried to do it, but they just couldn't accomplish it. So she was one of the ones that was able to do it. But at the end of the day, she has a lot more work to do when it comes to building a legacy, when it comes to having that huge influence over rap girls. I can't see her saying any of these girls are her sons. Like, you can't even say that at this point. Nicki could say that all day. If you don't like, you could not like the girl, but like she could say that 24/7 backwards in her sleep. She has sons. Like, she really does have sons. A lot of girls that have come out since she's come out have mimicked her style. That's why I appreciate Doja Cat. Even though Doja Cat has, kind of bit off of her, she's kind of went sort of like a different route. And a lot of people claim she's not a rapper, which, I feel like, it's a little debatable. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But somebody like Ice Spice too. The reason why I feel like people like her is because she didn't try to bite off of the whole Barbie shtick. She's her own entity, the Ginger Annie girl. So anybody who's sort of a little different than a Nicki, they kind of blow. Sort of like Cardi. New York girl, Latina. A little similar to Nicki, but barely. She blew. So she kind of has to give herself some props for that and stop letting people get to her. What I do agree her on is with the whole Dalai Lama situation, which is so disgusting. When I seen that video, I'm like, y'all could have put a blur on that. Oh, nobody want to see no old man kissing. Oh my god, that was like so disgusting to me. I ain't gonna play the video on here because basically, it was a boy coming to like greet him, and he tongue him down. Y'all gotta be careful of people of authority figure. I remember, okay, when I was younger, I used to be in church like a lot. I used to go like every Sunday. There was a Sunday school teacher I remember having, and like it didn't hit me till like recently, and I thought about stuff like this because the stuff that was coming out about people. He used to. There was a friend. I ain't gonna say her name. I'm gonna call her Mimi. Hey Mimi, I know she watch every day. It's Mimi, right? Me and her, we used to go to Sunday school together like all the time. Our Sunday school teacher, he was married or whatever, but something about him was off. He used to always look at her like sexually, like up and down, like checking her out type stuff, would make comments that would make her feel uncomfortable. And me being smaller, I didn't understand. I was like, he's weird. Da, da, da. But now growing up, I'm like, this man was a whole creep pedo. Like, this is like, okay. So basically, she went on to basically criticize the whole Dalai Lama video and basically was saying, oh, we need to watch out for people in your family that might be, on that ped type of stuff.
Gotta watch out for your own family member. I don't have nobody in my family like that, but it's like you gotta watch out for everybody. And you know what? A lot of times we say to ourselves like it's that we gotta watch our little girls, we gotta watch our nieces, we gotta watch our daughters, but y'all gotta watch your sons and your nephews too, because people prey on little boys too.
Right.
People prey on little boys too. They don't give a fuck. They're weird. And because I want to say something about it, I want to fucking bring up some shit that was happening while I was a stripper because niggas want to fucking buy pussy.
Okay, so basically she's replying back because the moment she came out and said the criticism against the Dalai Lama, a lot of people were talking about her past, saying that, hey girl, like you used to pop on Figaro and the Times Square, all right, and then you used to turn tricks. So who are you to condemn somebody when you're over here? You back in the day used to pop the puss for a hot lick. Here's the thing: Cardi has to low-key expect this to come out on her because this low-key sounds like a scheme that Tasha K set up to come to you with the booze. Let me stop. But she has to sort of expect stuff like this because she's been so open in the past about stuff that she's done. So a lot of people will sort of relate the two, which to me, they're not relatable. Him doing that to that kid is one thing, but her turning tricks and getting her money is another thing. Because it's not like she was dealing with little boys. She was dealing with grown dudes, okay, who had the money and got some pee for it. That's it. So why she's getting all this criticism, it's giving like a lot of people just don't like her talking because people view her as ignorant just because she doesn't have, the proper vocabulary sometimes to really say what she's trying to say, which really isn't fair to her, to be honest. Okay. So someone said, how you know what's in your family, Cardi? Just because they haven't gotten exposed doesn't mean you don't have people close to you that have done effed up to children. So she said, from my knowledge, nobody in my family got touched and nobody had ever been, clink clink for it. However, I said that because I was making a point. All right. And then someone said, I'm sorry, I just don't want a ped PSA from a former/current pedder. No matter how you flip, twist, or turn it. And then Cardi B says, so why you in my DMs if you feel that way? By the way, your DMs are on my Twitter. Ew. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, you know what's be funny? The biggest haters be the biggest fans, girl. Let me tell y'all something. They will hate every video that you do and leave all type of hate comments. But when you upload or like you post something, they be the first one. Boom, click. I'm telling you, it never fails. It really doesn't. She said, "Did I ape them, touch them, kiss them, put my hand on their pee? Is taking money from somebody different," which is true. Okay, so it's kind of, if I was her, I would have just ignored it at this point. But y'all know how Cardi B is. Social media gets to her very, very easily. It's easy to get a reaction out of her. And I think that people kind of peep that, so they kind of prey on that, to be honest. And while you're doing all this social media, girl, we need another album. Okay? We need an invasion of privacy too. What's going on? Like, we need something else. Her album did go like triple double platinum recently, but still, we need to keep the momentum going. Because there's other rap girls just coming out the wazoo just to come and eat you. All right? Listen, let me tell y'all something. If Dream Doll did not diss Nicki, she, I feel like, would be at a higher altitude equal to a Cardi B. Because I remember at one point when they were pushing Dream Doll to the forefront, they kept pushing her basically to get us to like her, right? I still like her music, okay? Frank stand open, suck like, that's my ish, right? So they were trying to push her, and then the momentum kind of stopped for some reason. And I really feel like some people were making some calls behind the scene. So, I'm just saying, allegedly. That's how I feel like happened. But when Dream Doll changed her rap sound and got a little bit deeper with the rapping, the sound was nice. The sound is still nice, but the sound got better versus what she was rapping like before, where she was rapping like a stunner girl. I'm looking like I'm fresh off the runway. She used to rap like that. She used to be like, she used to be like this. Okay, y'all. She used to be like, he's a diva, he's a mina, no mamacita, I'm a puppet like Selena. Remember when she used to have that squeaky thing? But then when she changed the cadence, it got a lot better. And that's something I feel like Stunner Girl needs to do too, because I feel like a lot of people get a little bit annoyed with the squeakiness. But with Stunner, though, I will say I could listen to her longer than I used to listen to Dream Doll. It's a lot more easier to take in. Okay? I'm doing all the voices be effing up my throat itch. Okay. Next I wanted to get into, you guys, is Blac Chyna. So Blac Chyna, as you guys know, has been going through like this spiritual journey and really changing her life for the better. Somebody else that has been doing this also is Greg from GC Woo, and ex-boyfriend of Shane Justin. All right. I have a lot of issues with this, and it has to do with them and also how people are reacting to it. I feel like if you're going through a real spiritual journey, you can broadcast it to a point, but for you to make it to the point where it's performative, especially Blac Chyna, she has made it to the point where now she's doing photo shoots on Easter talking about, which there's nothing wrong with it, but like you can tell, like, you hired a photographer for this. You guys made sure to set the time to take this photo. It doesn't come off genuine. So that's the issue that I have with stuff like this, because there's people that are actually going through real spiritual journeys. And I'm not saying hers isn't real, but now it's coming off as performative. The moment she whipped out that degree, I'm like, really? Really? But I will say this though. The fact that the mom is still like saying all this stuff about her, I think it's making her want to do stuff like this to be able to, I guess, prove the mom wrong. Angela, to me, is like a brick when it comes to her emotions. I feel like she's not the type that's going to really tell you how she feels 100%. I know she says in the interview that, like, the mom, it does hurt a little bit. I think it crushes her on the inside that the mom is saying all this about her. I think it hurts her so hard that, like, it kills her on the inside. She's just not willing to really tell us and really show us that it's really bothering her. But we could live without the photo shoot. Like, we don't really need that. What y'all think? It's too performative. And when it comes to Greg, y'all know Greg is one of the girls, or used to be one of the girls. Okay, he's the live out, right? The problem what I have with people criticizing him is you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, especially when you're gay and you believe in God and you're trying to, go down a spiritual path. But now I'm guessing, of course, he's claiming now he's not going to be sleeping with other men and dealing with other men. I have a hard time believing that, but that's another story. The people down there saying, y'all, in the Florida, they're saying that he's having some financial issues allegedly, and this is why he's doing all of this, I guess, spiritual journey to, I guess, distract. This is all alleged, of course. Distract everybody from looking at, his business basically breaking down. It's being alleged that he owes a lot of money. He owes a lot of money because of the warehouse that he has. He owes like hundreds of thousands of dollars back because of the warehouse that he has with all the clothes. If you guys don't know, he does have a clothing line. I just feel like, though, you guys are criticizing him, but had he been a straight man doing this or a former it's hard to explain this because now he said he not gay, y'all. So it's like, okay, whatever. Had he just been a straight man going down the spiritual journey, I don't feel like he would have gotten a lot of criticism that he's getting. Because he was gay, or he claims he's not anymore, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you still gonna be gay, nigga. Yeah, you still like D, you in a booty ass boy. Like, you get what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of people are coming on him a lot harder because of that. So he's damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't. Okay, so let's say if he were to go down the spiritual journey and say, hey, I'm still going down this spiritual journey, but I still am dealing with men or whatever. I still like men. That's just is what it is. People would criticize him, I feel like, even harder. So it's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. The whole chicken thing and that whole ritual, we could have left that out of Instagram. This is the stuff that I'm talking about, where like it's coming across as performative because you guys are blasting this all on social media, and then you guys are getting a little angry because we're reacting to it. Although all the reactions I don't think are fair, especially when it comes to him. I don't think he needs to be posted either. Especially that chicken with him looking very, very thin. Like, that picture was like, okay, like, you had to post that. I really wonder what Shane thinks about all of this, because they were together for like a long, long period of time. So I'm wondering, we never really heard what he thinks about all this spiritual journey situation. Like, they were supposed to, I believe, like a couple years ago, supposed to go into business together and do a full-on physical business with the clothing line. Now, me, I live for Shane. I think Shane is a boss. I think he's someone that you look up to as, a successful gay figure, because he's really built his brand from the ground up. And in my opinion, he was one of the pillars of one of the dudes that really kind of pivoted Instagram modeling for the brown girls and for the influencer girls. Okay, so because when he have Ari Big Daddy K talking about boop 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 walking up through with that Saint Justin on, the girls weren't doing that then. The moment he started doing it, everybody else started doing it. So you really kind of give him his props for that. Hopefully he's like supportive of Greg, to be honest, and he's okay with this, because I know how much, him and Greg were very, very close. They were in a relationship for like a minute. Okay. So I'm wondering to see what's going to happen with this. And if he does continue down this spiritual path, all in all, I do wish him well, especially being gay and doing this. Of course, it's probably not going to be easy at all. But some of the comments that I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing a little bit at the comments, because they were saying that, how he was an African, so they were saying he was looking at the African men and stuff like that. That was a little funny. Ain't gonna lie, okay? Next, I wanted to talk about, you guys. Let's go back to rap. Doja Cat. So Doja Cat says that her raps are mid. Okay? And she acknowledges that, because I guess a lot of people were tweeting at her saying, hey, girl, your raps are corny. They're mid. They're not that good. Stop rapping. Stick to the singing. My whole thing is, Doja needs to give herself more credit, because you made a lot of songs good, okay? PUSS Talk. That pussy talk. Pussy talented. It do cartwheels, and he like how that pipe feel. Pussy talented, pipe felt, height felt. Like, come on now. You made Talk by the City Girls. Without you on that song, it would have been trash. Woman. When you rap during that song, it made the song hot. So at the end of the day, her raps to me add to the songs that she's either featuring on, or just on her own singles. So I feel like if she stops rapping in her songs, it's gonna really take away from her music. And she needs to stop listening to what all these other fans are saying to her and just keep continue doing the rapping. Cause I like it. I really do like it. It's different. Her voice to me, it's all about the cadence and the voice, baby. If you ain't got that cadence, baby, it's not gonna hit like that. Her cadence hits. It sounds nice. You listen to, you blasting it on the radio as you drive it, you like, oh yeah. Like it sounds good. That's why I like Doja Cat, okay? And she also tweeted that she quits music. Now you know you're lying. You say that every once in a blue moon. I hate when celebrities do this. You just want sympathy. Yeah. You just want sympathy. You're not quitting music, okay? So quit the cap. All right. So this is what she tweeted earlier. She said, I also agree with everyone who said the majority of my rap verses are mid and corny. I know they are. I wasn't trying to prove anything. I just enjoy making music, but I'm getting tired of hearing y'all say that. So I can't say that I can't. So I will. Now, this to me is someone who had an influence in fashion. Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it. This is someone who had an influence in fashion. Okay. The beaded head. I've seen a recent video, and I know she wasn't the first girl to do the beaded head with the all red when she looked up and down Kylie Jenner like she was a hooker whore. She was like, right? But I seen a video with RuPaul's Drag Race's Monet and Bob, and they were recreating the look. That's influence. That's what you call influence. You're having drag queens create a look. That to me is influence. And I'm not saying influence is only having drag queens create stuff over. I'm saying influence is having people in general recreate stuff. But the fact that that was done so recently, and we're having two of the biggest drag queens, in my opinion, create a look, especially Bob, recreate a look. That's influence. The eyebrows thin. I know it's been done before. Still, influence. You see what I'm saying? That to me, you've had fashion influence. Cardi, no, gonna have to sit this one out. Give us a couple more years. Give us a couple more years. Give us a couple more years. Okay. Doja to me though, I feel like it's getting to that point where she's becoming probably a little bit discouraged because she feels like she's probably not giving her flowers, sort of a little bit like I feel like how Cardi feels, but she's listening too much of what people have to say. But I do think though that she does need to keep the rap going, and we need a lot more collabs too. We need like a lot more collabs. To me, Doja doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people like pigeonhole her and put her in a box as like this weirdo girl, but she's really to me like a rock star. She doesn't just rap pop. Okay, to me it's like she's like a rock star. Like you can't really put her in a box. Okay, next I wanted to talk about, you guys, is Candy. So Latasha went on Watch What Happens Live last night. Whew, now this is funny because I can just picture what Mama Joyce said. So Latasha says that Mama Joyce called her because Andy's so messy. Andy's so messy. He's just like, so like, how do you feel that like, like Candy's mom, Mama Joyce, isn't she like ghetto? Like, isn't she like great? Isn't she like, amazing? So like, you like knew her like all these years. Like, did she ever like call you? And I'm like, you messy. The thing is, Andy know what he be doing, and he just be playing innocent. If I was Candy, I'd cuss Andy out on the phone. Like, why don't you bring up my mama? You know I don't like this lady. You know she don't like me. You know all this stuff about me, and then you gonna bring my mama up to her. You know my mama, how my mama is. So Latasha claims that Mama Joyce called her on Instagram and said, "Common, what you call?" No. She said, "Latasha, what you talking about Candy for? You take some of Tamika's money once again, I'm gonna drag you up the street like you was a damn rag." Right? AKA like she did on that Real Housewives of Atlanta episode. The thing is though, that thing that bothers me with Latasha, I see a lot of like hate in her heart. because you know how her mom is, but yet you still sort of try to throw shade and diss her as if, of course, the mom, you saying all this stuff on the show about Candy, some of the shady stuff that you said about Candy, how she's like put a pause to your career, how she's done this, how she's done that, right? And for you to think that her mom isn't going to feel some type of way, anybody's mom would have felt some type of way. You talking about their kid. Your mom, I know, feels some type of way about Candy because you're probably thinking that, she stopped all your bags. Word to Nikki. When you know that's not the case. So that's where Latasha sort of loses me, and it shows me that like really envious type of girl. So Candy says, my mama doesn't even have Tasha's number. This is some BS. My mom has not called her. Now, Candy, this is where you got to do some, some listening. She said she didn't say she called you on the telephone. She said she called you on Instagram. Okay, because you could call somebody on Instagram. Right? So she tried to FaceTime her, and she probably, was FaceTiming her and put the camera all up in her face like this. Like her camera was like, she like, Tasha, that's you right there, Tasha. The camera was probably all in her face when she was trying to FaceTime. That's what I think happened. Okay. And also, she went on to clarify that her and, Rocky do not have an open relationship and that the door is closed. Okay. She said we have open communication. He doesn't have it that good. So what I get from this is you basically saying you can cheat, but make sure you use protection. Make sure, you don't build another family. Make sure you don't end up on the blogs. Make sure you let me know. Make sure it's not with a nigga. Make sure it's not with a T-girl. That's what it's getting. That's what I'm getting out of this. So Tasha K, I know she's probably, doing a victory lap around her wine studio. What else? Oh my God, I told you. It's giving over relationship. Oh, that damn Natasha. Right? Because you're basically, giving a check mark and approval and saying, yes, you're right. It is low-key open. It's like halfway open. Okay. The tub, the can is crocked. When you open up that soda and then you hit a, but it's not really open yet. You gotta push the little metal part in, but you gotta make sure it don't fall in the soda. So it's giving that you just cracked it. You heard a, but it's not fully open yet. That's sad for Latasha though, because she deserves so much better. Last night really showed me how pretty she is. Latasha looks bomb in a blonde wig. Can't nobody eat her up in a blonde wig. Nene could wish she could do what Latasha does in a blonde wig. She looks really good. It makes her look 10 years younger. Okay. The skin looks flawless. And you're dealing with Rocky. Ugh. I know that's the father of her kid, but it's like at this point, you got to see what this man doing. The fact that he was able to, dibble and dabble in all these hotels with that girl. Okay. Now the girl goes on Tasha K and spills some wine and does all this interview. These interviews and stuff. That's embarrassing. It's messed up, low key. All right. So next I wanted to get into, you guys, is the Freaknik. So Freaknik, you guys, is going to be exposed, which I'm so happy about. Because let me tell you something. A lot of these Freaknik girls and these 80s girls, these 90s niggas and girls, they talk a lot of stuff about our generation and how we're, whores and everything. Let me tell y'all something. I did a booking the other day, right? It was for this commercial. This lady, I worked with her before. So her and this other lady were there. We all knew each other from like working other bookings and stuff. And she was like, we were talking about music and stuff. And there was some other younger people there, but they're older. They're like 40s or 50s. So she was like, the problem with this generation's music, she was like, they don't even tease. They just get right to it. They be like, drop my pants and suck my dick. Like they just get right to it. That's what's wrong with y'all generation. So I just had to bring up, I'm like, listen, for y'all be doing Freaknik and stuff. So one of them had to correct me and say she was born in the 60s or 70s. One of them. I'm like, still, you were still around when the Freaknik days, probably getting freaky. Do that, 2D, bro. Do that, 2-0, 2C, 2C, 2-0. Do bro. Like, you were still around during that time. So let's not act like that wasn't the case. All right. So to put that in there. But they are going to be doing like a Hulu documentary on it. I am going to be recapping it. Okay, so I cannot wait till they drop that documentary. I hope that they show, older celebrities in there too, that they caught in there. They have this auntie basically nervous because she's scared of what's going to be in the documentary. She's scared we're going to see her Big Debbie cakes, spread eagle. Okay. Next thing I want to talk about, you guys, is Webby. So Webby is really mad because we've seen his bare midriff. Okay. We've seen, his stomach. We've seen that torso. So he's mad that we're criticizing him, y'all.
Because I done been through it all. You heard me? Shout out to all my dogs, all my homegirls. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, quit playing. Quit playing on that internet, man. Folks, that shit get crazy, man. For real. Fuck, my savage life. The dumb way.
And he shows us again.
Be ready for the movie, man. That shit gonna be big. And the dumb way. For real. Back to the bubbles.
Okay, so this is my whole thing. He basically was saying earlier in the video too that, like, why doesn't social media post positive things that he says when he's telling kids to stay in school and stuff like that? Because social media is a negative playground, especially Instagram and Twitter. Okay, that's why I stay over here to YouTube. All right, that's a little negative too, but hey, it's a negative platform. And you know who I blame for this? The photographer. Let me tell y'all why. There's one fix for this that the photographer could have did. Make him take off the shirt, like the undershirt. Yeah, you could have took the picture, of course, with the undershirt fully on. But if you want to show off the chest, take off the whole tank top. Because this looks sus. It is what it is. Like, at this point, you're a straight man, right? If I was taking these pictures, because I take pictures and stuff, I'll be like, hey, like, I'll take the tank top off because, like, it looked like you a girl. Like, unless you want that look, there's nothing wrong with it, but, like, you look like a girl. Some of these photographers be setting y'all up, and that's the issue. They don't be letting y'all know when something don't look right. Me, I'm gonna let you know it don't look right. Like, unless you're okay with it, we good. But I'm just letting you know so that way, if somebody else say it to you, you can't say I ain't tell you that. Right? Just like with Drew when they had her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta promo shoot, and she was, what is that? She looked like she was bending her back. Like, all they had to do was brr and do, boo, bah. That's it. But no, y'all let these photographers set y'all up, and now you're getting clowned all over social media, and you're mad at us because, it was giving Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? I'm a savage. All right? Next I want to talk about, you guys, was Jersey Shore. Now this, take notes, Zeus. Take notes. Take notes. Take notes. This is how you do a comeback. Jersey Shore's Family Vacation is filming, and Ronnie is filming, and Sammy is filming at this point. Now this, I am going to be reviewing it. I have to say it twice. I'm so excited. One thing about it, when I was little, Jersey Shore was my ish. Oh my God. Ron, stop. Remember, she was like, you hurt me. You hurt me. Ron. Who wrote the note? It was you twos that did it. Like, that was my, like, I love Jersey type of shows. That's why I love music. We're going to get to another Jersey type of show, New York type of show that needs to come back. Okay? This, to me, is how you do a comeback of a show. That's why I feel like MTV has been so successful with some of the stuff that they've done. They do need to stop playing marathons of ridiculousness, because I'm tired of hearing Chanel West Coast. That laugh, like, that's getting annoying. But this is how you do a reboot. All right. The fact that they've had that Family Vacation season after season after season, and they're getting paid very well. Like, they're getting paid like 6-figure salaries for doing these shows. They're eating good. That's how you do it. Okay. So Oxygen, take notes too. Bring back BGC and do it right. All right. Another show that I feel like needs to come back though, and I will say this though, I hope that she's mentally ready to handle this because what we experienced on Jersey Shore was literally a domestic violence relationship. And I don't think it was talked about enough. Had that aired nowadays, that show would have got canceled. Production would have got shut down. It would have been a GoFundMe to remove the platform of MTV down from cable. Like it would have been just mayhem. Because you know, back in the day, we allowed a lot more stuff and we weren't so sensitive and so, oh my God. Nowadays, oh Lord, you can't even touch without something happening. Which I feel like hopefully she's mentally ready for this and that she knows what she's getting herself into. And I wonder, they must have paid her really good to come back. You wanna know why? Because they've offered her, and she said this before, they've offered her many times throughout this family vacation since it's come back for her to return on the show. And she has said she's turned it down over and over and over and over again. So this check must have been a nice check. And then Ron come back too. I could bet you money it had to be at least like a good 250, a quarter mil for her to even step a foot in the house. I can guarantee it. Guarantee it. All right. Last thing I wanted to get into is another show I feel like that needs to do its grand return, and that's Mob Wives. Mob Wives to me, because the other day I was watching a rerun of it on that good old Paramount Plus. There's no other show like it. That was to me one of the realest reality shows ever. You can't make this up. You can't make up a drug bust. You can't make up somebody ratting on each other. You can't make up criminal activities. They ate. Okay? I don't think, of course, all cast members, because Drita said she wouldn't do the show again if Karen or Renee was on it. But if they bring back a new set of girls that have people in the mob lifestyle, I would be so interested and down in watching it because we need real reality TV back. I'm sick of them putting people in the house and fighting and tussling and thinking that's going to give us entertainment. It's not. It's really not. Now this, though, that was real. I'll never forget when Renee found out that Junior ratted on her dad. Oh my God. She said, what? Junior. Or when they was in that cabin trip and somebody disrespected her, a man disrespected her, she said, Junior, I'm coming home. Like, that's real reality television. You can't get realer than that. Like, there was no script for that. There was no producing for that. There was real raw. You know, the TV girls and these network girls, they be real raw. That's not real raw. What y'all doing though? That's not real raw. Okay? That's real vlog. Y'all need to call it real vlogs. All right? Let me know what you guys think about this Hollywood Hot Topics. You know, I love to do videos like this because, of course, it's different from the other content I do cover. Of course, let me know what you guys think down below of these topics. And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.